You want freedom. And I'm going to dive into one type of freedom today. You want financial freedom, right? On and on. One of the freedom that we all want is freedom of expression. Okay. So I'm going to go deeper into that. And there are mindset programs, business development programs available in my school and academy for entrepreneurs, toyinyumesiri.academy. You can access a ton of exclusive programs there. The link is up above for those on Clubhouse. And then for those watching the video, you can visit toyinyumesiri.academy. So, okay, freedom of expression. As humans, okay, we are here to create, we are here to express, right? You are filled with expression, energy, action, words, thoughts, emotion. As humans, we are created to express our thoughts, with words, with action, um, our energy is that we are here to impact the world. You are here to touch the world. And you are equipped, fully equipped to express yourself in the world. Whether through your thoughts, words, action, energy, you are experiencing the world, and the world is supposed to experience you. The world is also experiencing you, right? The world is experiencing us. But here's the key. What control you have? Have you taken control over how you experience the world and how the world experiences you? Are you the one really truly in charge? Do you feel you're in charge of how you're experiencing the world and how the world is experiencing you? And I'm going to break that down today. Okay, so let's dive into it. With our minds, we experience the world. We take information in, we observe, right? How we do life every day. We see, we feel, we experience the world. So that's the inputs into our being. We have an input system, right? Senses, touch, feel, smell, sight, taste. We are filled with ways of experiencing the world. If it's cold, if it's warm, if it's hot, is that as we exist in the world, we are experiencing the world around us. We are experiencing the people, the sound, the music, the words, the energy, right? Around you, you're taking it in. Whether you like it or not, it's happening consciously or subconsciously. Sound in the background, words being spoken, things you're reading on online, you are experiencing the world around you. The people, the things, the places around you, right? You're taking it in. Now, here's the key. There's a processing, just like a computer. A regular computer is designed in a way using how humans are designed. Inputs, process, output is the same thing. We take the world in, we experience the world around us, okay? But we then process what we all take in. And that processing is unique to individuals, it's unique to you. That's why 12 people may sit down and experience the same world, the same sound, the same sight, the same expression, may be stimulated around them, but the way they process that information, that knowledge will be unique. Okay? 12 people could sit around, experience the same music, and walk away with different conclusion. It's because as we experience the world, something else shapes, right? Something else shapes our conclusions about what we experienced. Okay? That is something that is the programming, how we've allowed ourselves to be programmed, right? I always say it's a series of agreements and disagreements. You are a collection of a series of agreements and disagreements. You've become the person you agreed to become. And anytime you don't want that person, you can disrupt it anytime. We are a series of agreements and disagreements. That's the programming, okay? What you agree to in your life, okay, will shape how you process the world around you. So again, we experience the world and the world is supposed to experience us. So today I'm talking about the freedom of expression, but I'm first trying to lay the foundation of how this works. We take in data, we experience the world, sight, sound, music, people around us. We are seen and right, we are being impacted by the world around us. That's the input into our own internal universe. And then within us, how we're going to process all of that information, all of that data point, all of the expression, all of the things we read, all of the things we see. The processing side of us is the programming, is who we've agreed to become, how we've agreed to think. It's the programming. I talk about nature, nurture, culture in my program, the Game Plan 2.0, available at Toyin Umesi Radio Academy. Okay, so you take all the data in, and then you also know you have a processing system. Each person's processing system is unique. The same thing, we can all experience the same news, but our processing system, how I process it, how you process it, how everybody else processes that same information will be unique. And that uniqueness is what I talk about: nature, nurture, culture. The stories, your belief system, your value system, your programming, how you've been programmed to function, your education system, right? Your culture, the influence of culture on you, the influence of nurturing on you, the stories you believe, right? That is your reality in the world. It's not you, but it's your reality. The collection, the collectiveness of this programming is now how you're going to process everything you experience in the world. Good, bad, ugly. The stories you will use to express what you just saw, what you just experienced, it's based on your programming. And now you have to understand that programming, how were you programmed? What programmed you? What programmed you? Because we all came into this world blank slates, infants, blank slates, crying, wow, right? And then soon you start being programmed. School system programs you. Culture programs you. Parental, right, culture, your environment programs you. You even program yourself. You also read, you pick up some books, you read, you study, people tell you stories, you watch movies, you watch this, you watch that, on and on and on. That's the programming. All of a sudden, you arrive where you are right now. The way you are is shaped. The way you now process the world, the input of the world, is now shaped by a series of agreements and disagreements. You have become the person you agreed to become. Right? School system, society, parents. Listen, those things are ringing. They are your operating system. You operate based on those subconscious, because the way the human mind is, there's the conscious, there's the subconscious. It's just like in computer, RAM, ROM, right? Right? Is that the subconscious is more rigid, is more stronger, right? It's your autopilot. How you're running your life is not even always in your consciousness. You know, when you brush your teeth, you wake up, you brush your teeth. Who told you you needed to brush your teeth? That's the programming. Who told you you needed to have breakfast? What type of breakfast? What type of food do you have affinity for? It's a programming. The food you have palates for, it's your programming. The food you can stand, the one you cannot stand, it's your programming. The things you like, the things you do not like, it's your programming. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. But this awareness, that's what I'm trying to create with this series. Be aware that you've become, you now like what you like. You don't like what you don't like. You now do what you do. You don't do what you don't do. All based on your series of agreements and disagreements. Again, I'm coming into freedom of expression. So you take data in, you're experiencing the world, you process it through your belief system, your identity, right? Who you've become, how you think, the stories you've adopted to govern your life. They are now the GPS. You process it in, and after you process it, this is where you now decide how you express yourself in the world. And that expression is also based on nature, nurture, culture. The world has told you who you need to be, and you've agreed to become that person. Now, when it is time to express, the world also has told you Parents have told you, siblings have told you, the world has told you, culture have told you, they've programmed you, they've educated you on how you express yourself, on the perfect way to express yourself. Oh, that's why you find people say, no, why did you say that? You find people questioning, why did you say that? You shouldn't have said it that way. This is a better way of saying it. Now they are policing you. The world has policed you. The world has been policing you since you were a child. No, don't say that. No, don't say that. Don't say it that way. Say thank you, please. Say no, thank. You've been programmed. And so you are perfectly expressing yourself. If you've not done the work I'm going to share that you need to do now, if you've not done this work, you are also expressing based on how you've been told to express. And as long as you continue to express yourself the way you are being told to express, you still don't have freedom of expression. Okay? You don't have freedom of expression if you're not fully expressing yourself as your soul desires. You're here to experience the world, and you're actually here for the world to also experience you. And the question is, how is the world experiencing you today? Your relationships, your workplace, everywhere you are, have they fully expressed the full you, the full expression of you, your full power, your full voice, your full identity? Has it showed up? Yes, or is it hiding, buried under nature, nurture, culture? Who you've agreed to become, who you've been told by your right nurturing to become, who their culture, your cultures. I use S because you may have been exposed to multiple culture, right? Have you become what the culture says you should become, what your parents said you should become, what your identity you've agreed to take on for yourself? The abundant life is now you deciding, I want freedom of expression. How do I express my intention, my raw intention? And there is work involved, because when people haven't done this work, first you have to decide, you have to agree that you're ready to express yourself. And then, second, there's actually now a discipline. You now actually have to discipline yourself to make sure that your words, your expressions are getting you everything you say you wanted to help you get. Because your expression, your place of expression, is what attracts your future. Maybe I should start stopping because maybe this is too much. Let me just, maybe I'll start wrapping it up, right? Because in my academy, I go deep dive. My programs, I go deep dive when it comes to entrepreneurship, when it comes to business development, when it comes to wealth creation principles, when it comes to the mindset to support it, right? And the skills, right? The reason is because for you to win in business, for you to win as an entrepreneur, if you don't do this deep work, you limit the success you can achieve, because entrepreneurship is an expression of your creativity, of your productivity, of your intentionality. You assert who you are. You make room for your ideas. You make room for your thoughts. You make room for your expression. You have to. For you to be an entrepreneur, you've got to make room for your ideas. You've got to communicate your thoughts clearly, effectively. You've got to assert your thoughts as well. Again, you are here to impact the world, and you cannot impact the world if your internal universe, you've not unwrapped and unraveled the knots. Okay? So that's why this work is so important. Again, the Abundant Life series, I'll stop it now because I think I've just packed a lot in just 15 minutes. Go and digest that. There's a whole lot more where that came from. And visit toyinyumesiri.academy to start doing this work when it comes to entrepreneurship, business development. But beyond that, okay, it's transforming ourselves to the person that can pursue all the success we desire for ourselves. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you again around. And do reach out. You can also check out toyinyumesiri.com to learn more about the other support platforms that I have and other services that can be of help to you. And you can now set up a one-on-one, you can actually set up a discovery call as well. So go to toyinyumesiri.com and reach out.